Let me say this. Let me take off my glasses real quick. That's my blue light glasses. This is for the computer. We incarnated in this realm, family. This is just our vehicle. This is our Mercedes Benz or our Toyota or our BMW or our Range Rover or our Kia. The list goes on and on and on of vehicles, right? This is just our vehicle. Family, it's crazy. It's a hell of a game we play. We incarnate down here with amnesia. That's number one. Imagine if you met somebody who's 18 and by 22 they have amnesia. You're gonna say, "Oh my God, that is horrible. They forgot who they are." We all forgot who we are when we were born down here. So imagine you were born down here with amnesia. After you're born down here with amnesia, 95% of the things you are taught in this world is a lie. So what the fuck? Hold up. You're born down here with amnesia. You forget who you are. You don't remember who you are. And then there's a whole system in place to lie to you after you forget who you are. Then after there's a system, if you have an inkling of remembrance of who you are, your family and friends will tell you you're mother effing crazy. You're losing your mind. There's something wrong with you. Everything stacked up against you. Your family, your friends, the government, the school system, even birth with the brain. And it gives you this amnesia. For you to be here tonight, there's 2,000 people here. This brother's been talking for 2 hours. For you to be here tonight, family, on a Tuesday night, this is whether you bought God Power 2 or not. For you to be here after 2 hours on a Tuesday night, Tuesday, October 3rd, they're going to make a frequency tomorrow and everybody's going to turn into a zombie. If you're here tonight after 2 hours, family, give yourself a hand. We don't give ourselves a hand. Give yourself a hand, family. At home, there's power in the hands rubbing together. You feel the heat? There's heat. There's heat when you go like that. Give yourself a hand, family. After 2 hours, after being through all of that, amnesia, your family, your friends, the government, religion, everything is just telling you you're crazy. You can't be God. Walk through that. You tell them, I am the aperture of divinity. I'm the aperture of God. Walk through that wall, nigga. Nigga, walk through that wall if you God's child. That's what they said to Jesus. What do you think? The story of Jesus taught us everything we need to know, whether we believe in him or not. Or the main point of Jesus is he told us, whatever I do, you could do. That's the main purpose of what he did. Whatever I do, you could do. And people's like, blasphemy. Because when somebody can't do what you tell them they could do, it's an insult. It almost feels like you're talking down to them. If you tell a person you could manifest anything and inside they feel like they can't, it almost feels like an insult to them, Dr. B. You know that, right? If you tell somebody they can manifest anything, but they feel like they can't, it feels like an insult to them. It feels like you just called them a motherfucker. And this is real talk, Dr. B. I'm not trying to be vulgar. Let me say this again. If you tell somebody you can manifest, your imagination is the limit, and they feel like they can't and they don't know how to, it feels like you just said you motherfucker to them. In their mind, it's the same thing, my brother. That's what you're up against. That's what Jesus, the story of Jesus, taught us that, my brother.
You mentioned amnesia. It was important for us to have amnesia. It was very important for us to have all these oppositional frequencies happening. You say, well, Dr. B, no, look what they're doing to us. Look what they're doing. You're not speaking the language of a master. Masters always need opposition. You need resistance to become a master. The thing is, yes, you came with your brain wiped and they taught you a lot of stuff, but there's a point that you get to where you start seeing outside the matrix. You say, wait a minute, I created this. This is my own test. This is my own video game to see if my opponent, right? Because these opponents are worthy opponents. Check it out. It's your worthy opponent. The government, whoever you're saying is the evil one, the devil. You know what I'm saying? All those things are worthy opponents to a master. The master's saying yes. I mean, you got to watch Star Trek. What's the one that's called the Arena, where Captain Kirk is on a planet with the reptilian. There's a reptilian guy and then Captain Kirk, right? And they're fighting. They have to fight each other, right, to see who's going to win. And the reptilian, right, represents the lower self, the reptilian mind. They're just about life and death and eating, and that's it. Where Captain Kirk represents the higher mind. There's a point that's very important in this. Please watch this, The Arena, the old school Star Trek. The reptilian says, Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk says, who's that? Who's calling me? It is me, your opponent. I grow weary of the chase. Wait for me. I will kill you, but I will be merciful and quick. I'm like, what? You haven't caught me yet. You want me just to come to you and just give myself so you can kill me quickly? The reptilian mind, the lower mind, is always telling you just lay down and die. You can't, it's too much. This world is always testing you, telling you just, you forget about it. You're going to go to hell. You're bad. You're not good enough. You're ugly enough. Look at you. One leg is longer than the other. You're too black. You're too white. You're too this. You're too that. You're not. You didn't join this. You got to choose you choose between the lesser of two evils, disease, all of these things. You're told, they're thrown at you. But when you start becoming a master, you have to master yourself. You got to become a full in control to realize that that is an illusion. You can break the spell once you realize that you are the captain of the ship. You got to blow wind into those sails. You don't wait for the wind to blow. You need to get and blow wind into those sails. You need a telos. You got to be talking to yourself. You got to be waking up each day, realizing that you went to sleep last night to forget again, to wake up. A master is always testing yourself. So those who have been through the most, those who have been tested the most, are the most powerful. You cannot get there by being weak and just wanting to flip into an app and just scroll and get all the answers and read YouTube and go to bed and you feel like you got it. That's not mastery. That's just information. Mastery is when you are becoming the master of your destiny. You must master this. All of your trials and tribulation, yes, disease. Some of us we have this issue, we have that health issue. It is about us mastering that. It is about us moving past it. It's about us becoming the doctor, the surgeon, the nurse, the helpmate. We have to become that. You have to you can't wait to be, you can't wait to be crowned gold. You got to become gold. That diamond, that had to go through all kinds of pressure and heat to become a diamond. You just can't lay around and expect to be a master and to call yourself this. And all these names people call themselves. They got all these titles now. Titles. You got your good. I'm such and such king this, and I'm such and such that. You ain't did no work yet. You ain't been through enough yet. You just can't have a title and expect to be that. It's just a symbol. They're symbols of what is yet to come, what you could be. At your highest potential, but you will go through pain. You will go through trial. You will go through tribulation. You will be tested in every single day. Your body is asking you to get better by testing it. Disease is going to test you. Lies are going to test you. The criminals are going to test you. The reptilian mind is going to say, I just want you to come. I can kill you. The evil, the ghost. Somebody called me today. There's voices in my head. This evil. I have somebody put voodoo on them. I said, well, put the voodoo back on them. Come on, you're going to take that voodoo and first turn it into what? Hoodoo. Who's doing it? Who's doing it to you? Once you get to the hoodoo, then you're going to turn into you do. And when you start you doing you, then all of a sudden you become a master. Now you blowing wind into your sails. Now you're the captain. Now you're the river. Now you're the universe. And you are the music of the spheres. You are the music of your soul. You are the music of your DNA. Your DNA don't control you. You tell your DNA what to do. You better become what? The master of your destiny. Don't become a self-fulfilling prophecy by speaking yourself into hell, by singing yourself into hell, dancing yourself into hell, and hanging out with people ain't nothing but hellions. They're going to hell in a handbasket. You want to ride with them? They think the world's coming to an end. Let it end. You create your world. It is your time. I don't care what frequency they putting out tomorrow. They putting one out
Yeah.
every day. You better change those frequencies and do the alchemy. The alchemy ain't just something you talk about because you read in a book. Man, I read this deep book about alchemy. You got to become the alchemist. And what happened in the book? The alchemist, at the very end, he met himself and realized that he was the alchemist. You are the alchemist. You are God. That blueprint is within you. In every cell of your body has a blueprint for God power. All we're going to do now is to help you get there quickly because the gig is up. Time is up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake